influential.
No one has ever taken a step back and said, George Soros! If it gets too professional, then it's kind of, then I freeze up. Because I got performance anxiety. My pee-pee don't work no more.
Can you sit your ass down? What's wrong?
I don't get a chair, right? I'm gonna sit on the casting couch.
You're not in the frame, dude.
Hey, bro, make the mic go over here.
Oh my gosh.
No. Thank you. What? I just got molested. So, what do you want to talk about today?
I'm scared. My camera's shy now.
I want to discuss the most influential person. So, who would you think is the most influential person of the last decade to you?
Last decade?
Not too late. So,
I'm trying to think. I didn't prepare for this.
See, my thing is, like I said, the most influential person, I'm gonna repeat myself probably. I would say, see, the difference between most influential and the most iconic are different, right? So if I were to say, you know, like I said, if I were to say LeBron James or Michael Jordan, right? People would be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, most influential in terms of sports and whatnot. But I would actually argue, I would say Steph Curry is probably more influential, just because how we play the ball now, like how we play basketball now. Kids nowadays, they're chucking it half court. What happened is they changed the behavior and I guess their perception of the game, right? And that's how I define influential. How I define influential is how they change perception and behaviors of like the next generation. I was differentiating between like iconic and famous and influential. I'm not talking about just of all time. I'm just
So
differentiating.
for all of, are we talking US, globally, or what?
No, I have a pick. I haven't revealed the pick yet of who I think actually the most influential person is.
Steph Curry.
I was just differentiating.
That's wrong.
Yeah, no,
That's
no.
the wrong answer.
No, I was just differentiating between the two. Because like I said, you could say Oprah or something. Like, sure, people know Oprah, but it's like, what is she hasn't changed, you know, how we see or view or how we do what we do things. Exactly. So, but I was trying to differentiate. Do you see what I'm saying? The difference between like iconic and famous versus like influential?
No, because you've only named famous people.
Well, no. I'm talking about level of fame. It's like everybody knows Michael Jordan. Maybe not everyone knows Steph Curry, you know? And like there's differences in level of fame, but I would still argue that Steph Curry has influenced in terms of
Michael Jordan hasn't been influential in the last decade.
Okay. You think? Okay, sure.
Sure.
We're just talking about like LeBron. All right, sir. Anybody. But I'm just making the point. I'm just making the point of like differences between fame and like influence. Yes, they're generally correlated, but I would like to argue that there's differences. So that's why my pick isn't necessarily the most famous person, but I think it's the most influential. It's a hot take.
Yeah, influential to 12-year-old boys. Like.
Sure, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, not Steph Curry isn't the most influential person on this pick. I have a hot take.
The most influential person, Christian.
So here, there's gonna be a lot of context, right? So based off what I was saying, how we change who I picked, I put a lot of thought of this, and it's a hot take. Don't get me wrong. It's a very hot take, but with more context and argument, I think it would make more sense, right? So my pick, I'm not gonna tell you my pick yet. And what's the first person that comes to your head when we think of like influential people, like your mind?
Donald Trump.
God dang it. We need someone like, yeah, I mean, to be fair, he's changed the landscape of like how we view politics and like, but low key, I don't know. I think the Kardashians have changed like the landscape. That's not my pick, but I think that's just how we.
You went on this whole rant about how your most influential isn't the most famous and yada yada yada, and you keep naming celebrities.
Well, no, the idea. My pick is gonna be obviously a celebrity. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna be someone
famous. Do the rant.
Well, no, but I was showing the differences between the most famous. And that doesn't necessarily mean the most influential.
George Soros.
Guys, you're such a conspiracy theorist. You're gonna get this canceled. You're gonna pick it. You just play politicians.
George Soros?
Oh my God, he's behind everything. He's BlackRock. BlackRock owns everything. Fucking idiot.
That he's more influential than
Red-
Steph Curry. And you don't know it. He's the not
No,
famous
no.
and most influential.
No one has ever taken a step back and
No
said,
one-
George Soros! No one in the history of mankind has ever said George Soros' name. All right, but
How is he so influential?
George Soros?
He's so influential and no one says.
When you go through your,
That's on a different level.
okay, no. What I mean by influential is like how you live your day life, how you perceive things, and what you
So
accept.
you think Steph Curry affects?
I didn't say
his
Steph.
life
That was
more
get
than
past
George
the
Soros?
get past the Steph Curry thing. Get past the Steph Curry thing. That was just a one-time, one-off, and analogy showing like fame doesn't necessarily mean like influence. We can get past that. That was last week. That was last season. That was last season. So now, all right. So
Can I hear yours now?
yeah. So my pick. Drum roll, please. Can I get a drum roll? Can I get a drum? See, they can't see that. You're just beating the dog. All right. Can I get a drum roll? All right. So based off what I said, right? How we view things, how we accept things, right? My pick would have to be Lady Gaga. Yep. Before your eyes roll in the back of your head and we can't get them back. Before that happens, why did I pick that?
I don't want to know.
I think-
I don't think they want to know.
I think so. There was a pivotal point in how we accept things, right? Before it was like kind of taboo for like maybe sexuality. It was like, oh man, like I don't know, like the kind of weird, you know, like and then at some point, some pivotal point where it was like it was almost cool. It was almost cool to be like indifferent, to be like open with their sexuality, and then now people nowadays people are kind of like more accepting about it. You know, we have pride parades. But when did this all happen? You know, if we had to go back in time, where did this all happen? Where everyone was a lot more accepting. You know, we could say maybe like, you know, the politics and yada. But no. I think
Ellen did that.
But no one likes Ellen.
Anymore, they used to love Ellen.
Yeah. But I don't know. But when Lady Gaga came out, it was like almost uncool, right? To be like.
Gaga's not gay. She's straight.
Well, it's all good. You don't have to be that. You don't have to be gay to represent the gay community. So what happened was Lady Gaga came out and she was performing. And everyone's like, dude, she's a weirdo. Like she's a weirdo, man. Like when she was like in that meat dress and she was like playing the piano with her booty. But anyways.
The egg, I like the egg.
The egg, like she was freaking weird. But then she did this like, it's kind of like how, I'm gonna bring it back to sports because like it's just so, I don't know, it's a lot easier to analyze. But when you do something so well and you excel at something so well, like I don't know how it works, but like psychology-wise, people can't help but just admire you, right? You could be the freaking weirdest person, but if you do something really well, like perform at the Super Bowl halftime show or I don't know, put on a great performance and you're just confident, you don't care what people think, like honestly, people just can't help but respect you. So what happened was when Lady Gaga came out, she was like fucking this weird person with this meat dress. She was like born this way, blah, blah, blah. And she was dancing weird and you're kind of like, you get a little weird, like a weird boner, kind of like, but confused boner. Cause you're like, oh, she's kind of hot, but like, it's kind of weird dancing, you know, you know? And so she came out and I think she kind of started getting people to be like, okay, you'll be a freaking weirdo and accept yourself, but she's kind of weird, but then you can't help but respect her. I don't know, she did something psychologically, like she like, I wouldn't say brainwashed humanity, but I think she showed humanity to be like, you could be a freaking weirdo, you could be all X, Y, Z, all this, but I'm still a boss. I get the performances done and I still don't care what you think. Like before that, and like back in the day when like, you know how these models, you ever see like Kendall Jenner and all these models be like, oh, I'm a nerd. Like they go on like a talk show TV and they're like, oh, I'm a nerd. I just stay home. I don't do anything. I'm a nerd.
I'm not like
see
cool
that,
like that. I barely know
hate
half
that.
the
I've always
celebrities'
hated that.
names now.
But like people like Lady Gaga, I could tell she got bullied. I could tell. I think she grew up rich, which is fine, but I could tell all those rich kids were like, dude, this girl is freaking weird. Like you can just tell. She got bullied. And you know what she said? I don't care. And I think when she started performing, people were like, oh man, this is weird. And then she got that duet with Beyonce. And then people were just like, okay, maybe she, like, you were kind of like, this, I'm a homophobe, but I like fist pumping to like, you know, like Just Dance. Just Dance. And you're like, oh man, but I hate gay people, but it's such a catchy song, you know? And she started like influencing people. And then nowadays it's like almost cool to be like, pride, wearing my rainbow pride stuff. And I'm like, you know what? Good for you. You know, good for you for being yourself. But I think it started with Lady Gaga. If we were to pinpoint it, I think it happened right before, you know, the whole like politics and everyone like going back and forth. So I don't think it's a politics thing. I think it was Lady Gaga who really influenced our generation. Now we see like a gay person, it's not like taboo. It's like, oh, you gay? All right, cool, man. All right, what do you want to do for lunch? You know, it's not now. It's like that. Before it was like, oh, you gay? I don't know. I don't know. Yep, that's my hottest take. What do you think?
I'm embarrassed to be here. What?
Yep, that's my hottest take. What do you think?
No.
What?
You just called yourself a homophobe.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that at all. If you replay it, I'm just saying people that were homophobic or people that just like didn't understand it or maybe just like never met anybody like that or people that were too shy to express it, that like how like their sexuality or just, you know, their nuances, all that. People were kind of scared. But then people were like, oh my God, if Lady Gaga can appear in an egg at the Grammys and be a freaking weirdo and dance super weird and she made it to the Super Bowl, like all this stuff, you know what, maybe I can speak up. And then we started seeing people like, you know, Sam Smith, and we started seeing people like that. Don't get me wrong, there were always gay people, don't get me wrong, like Elton John and all them. Like, we all knew they were, but there was something about Gaga who was like, she came out and she just did it. Like, she just like put it in your face and was just like, what are you gonna do about it? Like, this is me, and that's it, you know? And then she just danced on you. What you didn't think so?
No.
You didn't think so?
No. Really interesting seeing how your mind works.
No, I believe it.
It doesn't really work out.
Take it, stop breathing. Yeah. I need to check my work.
No. I think Kim K did more for the hoes than anyone. You know.
Hold on, we gotta talk about that. You're not mic'd up.
Take a spot. Oh yeah.
Anyways, so we could talk about Kim K. We could talk about Kim K in terms of like the most influential people as well. What do you think? So who do you think is most influential people in general? Like in terms of like influencing how people think of things? Do you think like politicians? Do you think media? Do you think there's like a singular person that has kind of swayed how humanity has been thinking?
No, I think nothing on this planet is intentional. Like all of the things that have been going on recently, none of it is intentional.
You don't think?
I don't think people can. I don't think human beings, and no matter if it's like 1 or 10 or 100 of them working together, can influence the world in the way that they do, which is very odd, right? I think it's a lack of understanding of like human nature plus like human advancement that's causing all of this.
Wait, let me read back. So you don't think like a group of people can influence how humanity thinks given the resources they have? So like,
no, I don't think they can accurately, like I don't think the outcome they want they can get.
but don't you think if,
There's not like, my thing is, there's not like some like cabal of people that get together, like a rich, powerful people that get together every month and be like, this is how we're gonna influence the world, right? I think people have their own selfish wants and desires, and the people who have power and money and status are able to get closer to their needs, right?
sure.
And because of that, it kind of trickles down to the rest of like humans. And then that's why we're so fucked right now.
But if it trickles down to humans, isn't that what influence is?
But there's like, that's not what they set out to do. They set out like with selfish intentions, and this is what ended up happening.
Can we replay that to George Soros taking over the world?
Exactly.
That's one person.
George Soros.
All right. Anyways, so okay. Well, counterpoint. Here's the thing.
If we're talking about influential people, like celebrities, whether they're in entertainment or news or journal, like
yeah.
I don't really have one person for that. Like you can boil down to like celebrity science. And
Sure.
Like I don't have one.
But you said like a group of people still can't do that. I mean, like
No,
if
it's not a thing. I'm saying that's what people get wrong about conspiracy theories. Okay.
Oh, okay.
They think it's just a group of like
oh, I see what you're saying.
rich ass people
Yeah.
that like get together, but it's not. It's not planned out like
Gotcha.
that. They're doing what they think is the best for themselves, and that just happens to screw over like the rest of the nation.
I see. I think you're thinking of like more modern day, because I was thinking like, I mean, well, like I would have just said like, you know, civil rights, like, you know, people, because if that was the case, we would still have slaves if there wasn't a group of people that could influence people. So.
No. I think it's always been on the human conscience that slavery wasn't right, because not everyone participated in it, right? If you think about it, the cabal of people back then before the Civil War was like the slave owners, because they were a minority of people that lived in the US. Most people didn't have slaves. They were racist, yeah, but they didn't have slaves. The people who had slaves were well off. Most of Americans, like colonialists back then, didn't have slaves. So they tried to keep their slaves, and their power, influence didn't work because the masses were like, it's human nature. Like, this doesn't seem right, you know? Like, maybe they look different, but like, they're still people. Like,
see, I would like to believe that. Like, that's like, I would say that's an like what was it, like the
Optimistic.
Yeah, that's like the more optimistic side, because you could also argue like animals in general just love power. Like, that's just so deeply
wow,
rooted in us.
flat feet. You have no arch.
I don't have any arch.
That's crazy.
I already told you
Look,
this.
mine's
Yeah, no.
like so arch.
Anyways, what I was saying, maybe this is why you get brainwashed so easily, influenced, you don't even know it. I don't know. I like, I don't know. I'm thinking like the basis of all human nature though is like power. Like it's always wanting to be better. I mean, like I would say, like you look at corporate, everyone wants to be their own boss. I mean, like everyone wants to rank up. Everyone wants to like manage people. It just feels good. Obviously, slavery is a lot different than managing people at a Wendy's or something, but I don't know. I almost want to argue human nature. There's two sides of human nature. One is like, you know, treating people with respect and like, you know, because like most of humanity right now, you know, they don't have this urge to like go and like whip people. But I would also argue there is like, because of laws are the only thing that's keeping humanity safe from like this naturalistic thing for us to go and like enslave people. Yep. That's my pessimistic side, I said. Like there's the optimistic side of like, yeah, human nature, I think, yeah, we see the differences, but we're willing to accept. Then there's that nature, you know, nature is metal kind of, I don't know, like side where I think like humans are also like the most disgusting like creatures if you let them be. Isn't there like, wasn't that one book that no one read in high school? Like something with pigs? No. It's like called Pigs. It's like they all like a bunch of kids get stuck on an island. Never mind.
The volleyball.
Never mind. You're not educated like that. No, I don't know. It's like no, it's something with pigs. I don't remember. But anyways, I think basically we kind of view them like you allow the kids to do whatever they want. Wait, no. We do the I don't know. I feel like there's a bunch of studies out there that kind of show that. I don't know. We're gonna cut this segment short. All right, next topic: Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce.
All right, let's go. I got some things to say about that.
Do you actually?
No.
Oh.
I think they're a cute couple, though.
Do you think it will last? What are the under over? Do you think this is like the okay?
Given Taylor Swift's track record, no.
Okay, see that's.
I hope it does.
Okay, so given the track record, I don't know if it'll work, because like if you're a betting man, you look at the historical stuff and that's how you make bets. But I don't know. But looking at the history, has she dated athletes? Doesn't she usually date like the artsy skinny boys? So maybe this is like what she was always wanting, you know, a man. She don't want no boy, she want a man. So I don't know.
We'll see what happens when.
What do you think? You think he's gonna make it to the?
I think Travis Kelce's gonna turn into a Republican.
When you bring it back to, when you really want to get us canceled, who's to say he's not already?
Oh, he is. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, well, I don't care.
Man, he just did those Moderna ads for the money.
What are you talking about?
He was the vaccine guy.
How you bring? I don't even know what you're talking about.
He was Travis Kelce.
No, I don't.
He was the one.
Sorry, I don't.
I think it was either Johnson or Moderna, like ads for people to get the vaccine. He was like the thumbs up guy. They're like
He thumbs up.
He's like, yeah, I'm vaccinated. And he points to his like.
If you pay me 40 racks to thumbs up next to a vaccine, I'm doing that
They
too.
paid him millions.
Exactly. I don't fault him. He probably doesn't care.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't do it because it aligned with his views. He did it because of money.
Why are we talking about this? How did this get to?
Because your topic sucks. Your Lady Gaga topic.
Dude, my Lady Gaga was amazing. My Lady Gaga, it makes sense. Yo, shout out to Lady Gaga. Shout out to Stephanie Germanari, whatever her last name is, her real last name. That's right, meatball. So
Father, Son, House of Gucci. Did you see that movie? Lady Gaga was in it. You didn't see that movie?
no, I didn't.
I think it was the line, but she did like the Catholic hand thing. It was like Father, Son instead of Holy Spirit. She did like House of Gucci or something.
So, all right. I think I had another topic. Let me check my topic list.